Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
I'm Enrique Alvarez-Clary. Nebraska men's basketball couldn't keep their heart attack Huskers run going as they got down big, but couldn't come back, losing to Penn State 89-72. Nebraska was down 50-27 at halftime after turning the ball over 11 times and making just 9 field goals in the first half. Bryce Williams' streak of scoring 20 points or more comes to an end as he finished with just 17 points and 5 assists. The Huskers were led by Connor Esijan, who ended the game with 20 points, shooting 4 for 9 from behind the arc. The Huskers fall to 17-10 overall, 7-9 in the Big Ten, and will have a few days to rest and recover before hosting 12th-ranked Michigan on Monday, February 24th. The Husker women's basketball team played some extra basketball as they took down a tough Oregon Duck squad inside Pinnacle Bank Arena 94-90 in overtime. Alexis Markowski poured in a career-high 35 points, shooting 6 for 9 from behind the arc and bringing down 15 boards, good for her 50th career double-double. The Huskers shot 52% from the three-point line, hitting 15 of their 29 shots from downtown. With the win, Nebraska now has the tiebreaker over the Ducks as both teams sit at 9-7 in the conference, good for 9th place in the standings. The Nebraska two-game homestand versus the Pacific Northwest Big Ten teams continues on Sunday, February 23rd, senior night, when the Washington Huskies visit PBA. Nebraska softball is in California for the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic that starts today. At 4:30 p.m., Nebraska will take on an old Big 12 foe in the Baylor Bears. Following that game, a Big Ten matchup of top 25 teams as Nebraska and number 4 UCLA face off at 9:30. Those games can be seen on Flow Softball or heard on the Huskers Radio Network. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman. Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Presented by NEBCO. This is On the Block.
Oh, welcome in. It is On the Block. We're glad you're here. We are glad to be here.
Hey, Strick could get me with the...
Oh, man.
Have you seen that?
Oh, there it is.
Man, I'm trying to push the button.
There it is.
Hey, that's
I was trying to push the button,
no,
man.
That's exactly what you get.
We just got some.
That's exactly.
You guys are crazy, bro.
That's exactly.
This ain't even right.
For that.
How did I get on the show with these two clowns, man? I don't understand, man. I thought it was only one, but they brought Jay in here too. It's a double team in here every day. Why y'all on me, man?
You think you Jon Snow every day? It's you trying to fight the power. I'm sitting here chilling. You throwing you throwing daggers.
Oh man, what's going on, Austin? Man, what's up, man?
We got lots going on, including lots going on at NEBCO. Check them out at nebcoinc.com. If you are a mechanic, we would invite you to apply to be a member of the constructors branch of NEBCO. And if you're a CDL driver or want to be, apply at readymixconcrete.com. NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mix Concrete. You can apply today to start your career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. NEBCO and Ready Mix Concrete offer great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training.
It's Thursday, man. I need a drink, man.
Yeah, you need, and then you just popped it open there, right? And the best thing, he got his rain over there. He talk about Christian Peter with
Reign and terror.
Reign of terror.
It all comes together.
He said I was around when he was down on Oak Street.
Reign and terror.
Yes, sir.
What a day. It's coming down to it. Jay, man, you're leaving us for a few days, huh?
Yep.
We're going to miss you, man.
Yep.
You know, we love it when you're in studio, but we miss you when you're gone.
Before
and then,
Jay
you know when you be gone, you know what happens, Austin?
What happens?
When Jay's here, I'll be quiet. But then when Jay leave, I'll be talking again. Yeah, that's what happens.
This dude, I think Strick's one of them dudes in high school. I used to have this cat I run hard with named Kenny Williams, and he from Gary, Indiana. And he would be like one of the dudes. You was his boy if he came and like slapped you on the neck, slapped you upside the head. That's Strick.
No,
just straight dog you and just be like,
no.
We only tease the ones we love.
It was the stuff beforehand, and he told a story, had me a hook, line, and sinker, right? and then you know, let it go. Then he'd be like, "Yeah, when you gone, I'll be talking." Dang, Strick, you got animosity already? We just getting the party started.
I just told you I got love.
Hey, you know what Strick like? Have you seen that "Are You In" thing on TikTok?
No,
that's how Strick would do me.
I'm hot.
Cubs
You got
says
me
the
hot
weather
in
is
here,
still
man.
cold, but the block is always hot. Is
That's
that
a
the damn
fact.
truth?
Strick, keep it hot.
I'm hot in here now, man. Y'all just started.
4069. Nice Friday reference.
I'm representing.
Respect
Okay,
that,
man.
Stricky.
What we got going on?
Let's jump off into it here. SEC and Big Ten. They're meeting about the future of the college football playoff. Proposal number 1, seed the tournament based on the rankings, not by conference auto bids. Jay, we'll start with you since you're here and Strick can talk tomorrow when you're gone, apparently. Give you your platform while you're here.
I'm calling in, too. I guarantee I'm going to be calling
You know the
in.
studio number.
Yeah.
You know how to get a hold of us. Do you like the proposal to seed teams 1 through 12 based off of rankings, or do you like the way it was this year?
If I had to choose between the way it worked out this year versus 1 through 12, like
by way of let me make sure I'm hearing it clear,
yeah.
Jay. Before you do that, 1 through 12, who's ranked number 1 in the AP? So what poll are they going by?
College football playoff rankings.
The rankings.
Yeah.
So 1 to 12.
Yeah.
Or 1 to 11 with the group of 5. However that works out.
Okay.
I like this new one 1 through
the new one.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I didn't like Boise getting a bye. You could have maybe based on how everybody else played this year, you could have talked me into Arizona State having a bye, but it would have been a long, grueling argument. I didn't like it, so I'm good with 1 through 12. Now, what they really need to do is address the preseason ranking, because I think
there shouldn't be a ranking
better. Well,
until a certain point in time.
But I just think it's the SEC bias, because I think like those teams are ranked so high early that even like you can lose a couple games and still be in the conversation to getting into the college football playoffs. Versus when you look at how can you really say Ole Miss or all these other teams that, you know, Alabama is any better than Illinois or a team in the Big 12? You can't. You can't tell me realistically it's a foregone conclusion that Bama would have beat Kansas State. I would argue Kansas State was a better coach team. I argue that Kansas State has better – their players played better. You get one – they're a better team. I mean, Michigan just flat out embarrassed Alabama. And Michigan was middle of the road. Now, granted, they start playing later. I just think that the preseason rankings dictated so much, and it's very, very like top heavy to those two teams, to those two conferences. More importantly, more towards the SEC, and then that's where you get this aura where everything's bigger and better in the SEC. You had Lane Kiffin talking about, well, if you watch the football down here and then go watch it in another conference, it's like this is the semi-pros. Those are high schools. When you saw them play in the bowl game, now you can say you can make any excuse you want for the bowl game, right? You can make any excuse you want. What we saw is not replication of what was represented throughout the media and the assumptive throughout the whole season, in my opinion.
So just before I make my statement, and I will, Do you think that there should be a 2-week delay on a releasing of a poll?
I'd like
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like you wait for a couple of weeks,
like the first official one.
Yeah,
like you
the
can
official.
have it. You can have like you know your
your APs and your
you know that,
but
no,
you
that,
don't
but
release it, right?
You need to be before you really start really diving into forecasting and really oh well you can lose at this point of the season and you only drop a spot because you didn't play you got out conference games and your conference games are supposed to be better.
So I think if you play somebody weak, that should hurt you, early on.
I think that's
I think you should get a benefit.
Yes and no, but a lot of those games are beneficial to the overall
health of
the
game.
college football game. Okay,
I have no problem with that. I also have a problem with what the SEC has always done. Essentially, before a big game, you got like a JV scrimmage. Like where like Alabama and them, they would play like Meatloaf State. Like late in the season before you play Auburn or whatever. I think you need. I think and then also if you're going to do this, the same amount of conference games got to be in every single Power 4 conference or those conferences. You can't have one play 9, one play 8. It's an unfair advantage. I just think that they need to, if you really want to see who's the best, and if this plan of 105 scholarships is really going to bring some continuity, some parity, well then you got to start doing parity things. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if things change. Because I'm telling you, all you need is like 1 or 2 teams from the Big 12, a team or 2 from the ACC, get in the playoffs, and knock off one of those powerhouses. It could be a Big 10 team, or if it will change the landscape of college football. It will change it, man.
I'm okay with how it went. I think I agree with you on the Boise State situation. I'm okay with how it went, but my thing is take away, if you're going to keep it that way
this year.
If you were going to keep it,
yeah,
my thing would be you just switch the bye weeks to a home game.
Yep.
And then the first week they play like a bowl game, some form of a lower tier bowl.
Yeah, or to just flip the weekends. I think.
Flip
the
them.
Teams that I do say this: if you keep it the same, the teams that earn the bye week deserve home
game.
That's the whole point of it.
Mm-hmm. That's the only problem.
And then
well, think about it in the NFL, right? If you're the number 1 seed, you get both the bye week and the home game.
Right, and that's what you. And then if Boise State benefits off of Ohio State losing, Ohio State losing. And whoever else lost, or like Tennessee, whoever, or Penn State, and all those guys that didn't represent, and they get a home game. Well, you know what? So be it then. So be it. Then you got to go play on the blue field.
Yeah, on the blue field.
And that's if you want to keep it the same. I think that's an easy fix. That's it's a small fix with drastic benefits in a matter of switching the weekends.
So, Jay, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let Austin get back in because I want to make sure Austin has enough time to get in, because I agree with you on the change. I'm okay with it, however they do it. I think there needs to be a pause before college football rankings reveal themselves. You can let the other rankings kind of, throw themselves out there, and that don't mean that the college football rankings has to fall in line with what they say. So I'm okay with that. But my thing is, I really want to ask this question because one thing that's for sure, when you're playing in a big bowl like the Orange Bowl, like you guys have played in championship games, it's equal because you guys all had the same amount of time off. What the coaching staffs do with that time is up to them.
Right.
For you guys, y'all was getting it in, you told me, right? Oh, yeah. Whereas maybe the other team was like, oh, we just got here and we just now getting it in.
Right.
So that's on you.
Right.
But I will say, the question is, do you feel that there's a benefit to playing in the first week instead of waiting on that second week? So these two teams are coming off getting busy.
Yeah.
Getting the nerves off, hitting.
Yeah.
And now you coming in where you've been 2 weeks off, not equal, because it's equal, we've all had the same month off or whatever the time is. Is there a difference with what you're noticing in college as well as in the pros when you're talking about
I think
playoffs.
the days of home field advantage are gone.
Yeah.
I think in that case, in playoffs, I think it's gone because number one, with the transfer portal and all that stuff, guys don't, really, I think a big difference in that Michigan game against Ohio State. I don't think Will Howard understood the magnitude of it. I really.
Oh, not as a mercenary.
Not being there, coming in on the 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm. Caleb Downs might have because he played in the Auburn, Alabama game. But it's different.
The Kansas State Sunflower Showdown is not Michigan Ohio State.
It's different.
Right.
And I know they had the big tackle that came from San Diego State. These guys just don't know. So so the emotional investment isn't there.
Yeah.
But for me to answer your question, as long as we don't need to get really, really healthy, I would prefer to play. I would prefer to play that first weekend.
Well, and don't forget, like Strick was saying too, you do have that month off from the last week of games to the first round.
Depends if you're in the conference championship, but then you still get 10 days. I'd rather keep my knife sharp. I'd rather be active because I think it's an advantage for Ohio State. And look, they earned to be there. Like in that first weekend, Oregon earned the bye week. I think Oregon didn't do it. I think Oregon got way too cocky. I truly did. But Ohio State, to get the nerves out, they played. They were able to get over the letdown against Michigan. They got out of their feelings. They took it out on Tennessee, a team that they were supposed to be physically challenged for. Then they play short time afterwards in a place that they're familiar with against an opponent that they felt like they outplayed. And they're one
in a neutral,
and they're one kind of Bill Belichick rules, like 13, point one dash or a 1-B, where you didn't know it, the clock run off thing. So they had that on. I think it worked. I'd rather play, and I'll go back to when Pittsburgh won their Super Bowl, or Green Bay when they won theirs. And the Giants. When they went up to Green Bay, I felt if you're healthy, you're sharp. You got the timing down because you're not look too much time off leads to too much distraction.
Yeah, distraction, thinking, overthinking. Yeah. And for Oregon, you got to think. Yeah, they beat Penn State, but it wasn't dominating. Penn State, they didn't have the horsepower. What Penn State do against Oregon? They ran the ball at will. They missed some opportunities to be explosive. So now you got some defensive woes that you haven't been able to address.
Well, Oregon went up 2 scores and then it was back and forth.
Right. But you weren't dominant.
No.
Yeah, you weren't dominant at all.
You won the Big Ten championship, but you flew home and we've been leaking oil defensively before that though, Oregon wise. So you don't have that, you don't have that performance like, all right, we're ready. So then subconsciously when you're practicing, you're just practicing as if you played good. You're lying to yourself. And then you got out there getting them dudes with they call that defense the silver bullets. Them boys was hitting. And by the time
that's a fact.
And by the time they got their bearings, the game was over. They were annihilated, both mentally and physically. I would rather play.
I.e., we talked about that with Nebraska. And I think we were in a post-game show. Me and Austin was just talking. We was talking about that on post-game show, how go ahead, Austin, run it. How it's a false sense of with the basketball team, how they made the run in the comeback the game before. You get that same sniff of yourself, like, oh yeah, we capable, and then you get right back out there, let a team jump on you, and the next thing you know, you behind the 8 ball and you're getting smacked around the table.
Yeah, that's the difference between, I think, Austin, you jump in here. I think they heard probably some of the things, and I can't speak for Fred and others, but I can go from experience. And here's the one thing I'll say: a lot of times these athletes and these kids don't understand what you're saying to them when you're trying to give them advice. That doesn't mean that we're smarter than you. We just made more mistakes than you.
It means we've been there before.
And we made more mistakes. So I think there was a lot of hearing it and not listening. And that's the difference. Because if you listened, you make sure you don't play kickball with that ball and play, you out there kicking rocks or whatever with that basketball like you did them first 25 minutes. That's what I think.
I think so too. And I want to get back to basketball in a little bit. The one other thing before we go to break on the college football playoff stuff, We'll go over format next time because there's a lot to dig into there as well. But just on the seeding, right? Number one is Old Dad 34 says SEC needs to play 9 games so there isn't an advantage. Sounds like there's more and more momentum for that in the SEC, the way things are trending. So be on the lookout for that. Probably not soon. But my idea is one that Derek and Akar also mentions here on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. How about release polls after everybody plays their first conference game? That would give you 4 weeks, maybe 5 worth of data. And here's the thing. College football and college basketball are not the same sport. But you guys both brought up something that I think has been evident is that there seems to be a little bit tighter anchoring between the AP poll and the college football playoff rankings for football than there are between the AP top 25 and the net rankings in basketball. Does college football need its own version of the net rankings? So you can track it. You have a better idea of what the committee is looking at on a year-to-year basis. Obviously, it wouldn't be the same. There are flaws in the net. We've talked about those. We'll continue to see them. But the other big part about the net rankings is they don't come out to start the year. They come out in early December. You have a month's worth of data, some big games, some non-conference fluff and filler. Yeah. If we're going to continue down this playoff system, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere in college football. I think it would be smart to, you can have your AP poll. That's fine. That's easy fodder. That's easy content. You've had it. It's a tradition in college sports. But at the end of the year, we have to remember the AP poll doesn't matter. It's more about the college football playoff rankings, which are what we talk about. And that's where I think the committee needs to come out. And whereas college basketball updates every day because they're playing every day, football updated on Sundays. After all the games are done, here's the college football equivalent of the net rankings. And you can see where the committee places these teams, what they're valuing, what they're not valuing.
The problem with that, Austin, before we go to break, is that they would have to actually have more clarity onto why they're making the decision. And I think they like not having that. I think they like their own reasons to be their own reasons versus everybody can evaluate their reasoning. You get what I'm saying? I think that means
so they can make it up as they go along to conveniently select the teams they want to some degree.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because some would argue that Ohio State deserved to get in. The eventual national champion, some people would say shouldn't have been in. Now you would have some people moving the goalposts for Ole Miss and all those other teams to get in. Lane Kiffin was claiming he should have got in until they got beat in the bowl game, or until they SEC got
the SEC.
But I like that, Austin. Though 5 weeks in, you get the real one. The problem is, I'll say this before we go to break. Now, I will tell you this: there's financial reasons with these early rankings for coaches and stuff as well. Yeah. In their contracts. So if there would be adjustment there. Now you could still do it on the AP and the college or in the coaches poll, but the college football playoffs, it could be messing with some people's pockets.
And that is always going to be the dictator. Is the bottom line, is the green, is the money. Lots more to get to on this. The format doesn't sound like it's going to change until the contract runs out after 2026. But in a world where there are multiple automatic qualifiers from the Big Ten and the SEC, these conference commissioners have ideas on some extra big money games. We'll get into that as we continue on the block.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
That's on me. I'm sorry. Welcome back to On the Block. Yeah, I'm with Rebecca. Big picture stuff.
Yeah. We're back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, East Stricky.
That
on the
part.
block.
Here's the tough.
I was about to get on the board. I was trying to get on the board to do some work. Do Dr. Stricky or something, DJ Stricky over there, but I didn't know what was going on.
Glad we avoided that. With all the love in my
I'm
heart.
gonna learn. I'm
Glad we
gonna have to
avoided
learn.
that.
This gonna have to be a summer deal so Stricky can get on the mic.
You filled in from time to time.
I've
A little
done
bit.
it.
You pressed some buttons
Chippy,
here or there.
chippy.
Let's talk format of the college football playoff. Doesn't sound like it's going to change in the next couple of years. The current version of the contract will go through 2026. But after that, the Big Ten and the SEC are looking for multiple automatic qualifiers. Get more of their teams into the big dance confirmed. That would probably come with some expansion, most likely to 14 teams or to 16 teams.
You rolling with that?
But here's the caveat. What the SEC and the Big Ten would do would be have their own mini play-in tournaments during conference championship weekend. So 1 versus 2 for the conference championship and the bye. And then for that second automatic bid, the SEC would play, or the Big Ten, I guess. We'll start with the Big Ten. The Big Ten would play 1 versus 2 for the automatic berth and probably a bye. And then they would play 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5 in college football play-in games for their other 2 automatic qualifying spots.
So that means they're trying to get 4 teams in each.
Yep.
So that's why so you have to go to 16.
Expansion.
So you got to go to 16. Austin, who told you that it was going to 16 long time ago?
Oh yeah.
I like that idea. I like the play-in. I like the guys. I like all the teams being active on championship weekend.
So that nobody sitting at home just sneaking in through the back door.
It allows a team that has a really good season. Okay, let's just say if this was next year, which it won't be, but just say it is next year. Nebraska is at, let's say Nebraska's at 9-3 or 8-4, and they are, what would it be,
the fifth seed,
number 6.
Yeah. Right.
And say they had played Penn State to a 1-score game, and Penn State's number 3. Oh, I like that. I like to run that back.
You like that roll?
I like to run that back to get in. Wouldn't you?
Instead
Instead of just saying,
yeah,
I mean, you like that. I like that actually better than anything else they've ever discussed. I do like it. I like it because you lessen the excuse of the longer that you play that you're more worn out. Everybody's playing, even though the championship games are playing for more, which is the bye week and hopefully a home game, right? Hopefully that they change that. But then also you're having mini book, and I feel like the money talks as always. I feel like it's going to be more money. I feel like you can satisfy some of these bowl sites, I'm assuming, having these games there. You know what I mean? So say, you could have them on that week. I think I like that. Actually, that's probably one of the smartest things they ever decided to do.
Here's the actual quote from the Athletic article that I'm reading here. The most discussed proposal has been to have the top 2 seeds meet in the championship game as usual. Both teams ensured a playoff bid, but playing for the bye in 2 play-in games, matching 3 and 6, and then 4 and 5, just typical sort of seeding like that. But the SEC specifically has discussed a more radical idea: 4 play-in games, 1 versus 8, 4 versus 5, 2 versus 7, and 3 versus 6.
I don't know. I like the one. Let me see. 1 versus 2.
They're both automatically in, but the winner gets the bye in the college football playoff.
I like that.
That's fine.
And then 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5 to get in.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah. So
4,
the higher ranked has a lower. So okay.
Yeah,
I'm not against that.
In those 2 conferences.
Yes.
And then the ACC and them, they just
get your 1 automatic.
Get your
and hope
1.
you get a wild card
or a wild card. I like that too. Get your weight up.
Get your weight up.
Get your weight up.
Facts. Because y'all was suspect. Miami made y'all really look suspect because everybody thought. And then they got in there and got busted and disgusted. Florida State fell off the map. That's why you can't have that early.
They were top 10 when they lost.
Yeah.
But
there's a few teams that fell out. Missouri was one too, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the play will dictate that. Bama as well. Ole Miss and LSU, they got to be punching themselves in the face. They had had an easy pass to go to the college football playoffs. Right?
Facts.
And I think Ole Miss is worse. You lost to Florida.
Right.
They was about to run old boy up out of Gainesville, he beats you, he get
extension dang near.
Extension.
They lost so they can keep him around.
Right.
It's playing
Right.
4D chess. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's gonna be in cycles, man. I think the SEC has reigned, and that reigned. I truly think it was fool's gold and smokescreen based on Bama and Georgia. You got to think Nick Saban. You talking about reigning terror? He reigned terror on everybody
for a decade more.
Then Urban Meyer stuck his head up out of there. Then he got in trouble.
Sprinkled terror.
Sprinkled terror, and then it was Georgia. You got to think Georgia
missed it. Terror
missed it, and still they listen. I can tell you. I talked to Jonas Jennings. Terror is coming.
That rainstorm.
Jonas, Jonas said Kirby Smart been on one from the get go, from like off the rip.
Right.
Oh yeah, he got some. He brought some back to the former players, some hard heads. He said them dudes is in there. He said he changing the mentality. So
right.
So I think those two teams are so top heavy. And of course, 19 LSU. But after that, what have they really done? Now, it's not as easy to go undefeated, but also when you have a chance to complete the mission, LSU, Ole Miss, you let yourself down. You get a second chance at opportunity,
and still,
Alabama, and you stink it up. Now the excuses are going to say, "Well, if we're not in the college football playoffs, it don't mean nothing." Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, because you say that you're the most competitive conference in the nation or in the world. So then, therefore, you just don't turn off the switch.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a lot of guys opt out of the bowl games. Milroe played. All those guys played. Dart played.
Yeah.
You know, all your guys played. So you just got beat.
Do you like what Cam Ward did?
Well, it's not. I see. That's what everybody's. I heard. I think Carrick was up there talking about it. Like, that was as much on Cristobal and Cam Ward. He wanted to get the record, understandably so, and it probably was predetermined that we ain't gonna play you after that. It would have been hard for me to watch, especially playing the position.
It would have been hard for me to watch, bro. Knowing I'm good, I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit over there.
For me to watch, especially when you had a chance to win. But I think this whole like college football is created this. So I don't fault Cam Ward for it. The thing that Cam Ward has to make sure, the difference between Shedeur and Cam Ward is maturity in dealing with all that. Everybody thinks that Shedeur can't play for anybody but his dad. Listen here, okay? I had a dad that was on me like whatchamacallit. I know his dad, right? I know Matt ain't playing no games. Listen, it's easier after that.
Yeah, bro.
Stop making excuses to try to minimize why he can play quarterback. I can tell you, there is not a coach that's been more demanding on a player than his dad. And if you know anything about Deion, he is detailed upon detailed, and he's cutthroat.
Yeah.
When it comes to working hard. So and these coaches ain't even coaching hard no more.
So there we go.
These coaches, you know what I'm saying? He going to be one. You know what's going to happen is he might regress more than anything. So what you think Brian Daboll at the Giants going to? You think he going to coach him hard?
No, not as hard as his dad. But here's something I had peeped out. And I don't know if we want to dig into a full segment of it, but since we're on that, we're talking about it. I think it's a relevant topic, especially when we're talking about coaching. Rumor, allegedly, that it has been stated and written that Deion has yet to make an in-home visit and to be out on the road. Now, that's not saying he's not getting talent, but I'm asking you as a parent, if Deion or is trying to recruit your kid, how would you feel about him not coming in when you didn't see same kind of play? You didn't see him.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Man,
how would you feel?
I would.
I'm not knocking it, because if he's getting the job done, I'm not coming
They
against.
asked Deion about it. They said that he just has them come to. He has them come to his house. I don't know. I can see it because you Dion, so you're trying to separate yourself. I can't see it because Kirby Smart and Ryan Day and Matt Rule and everybody else,
go in
everybody they
and
make an in-home visit
and do the Y2C2 with the parents.
And I would say this, and it might be a little bit health related because of Dion and his foot, but also I would say this.
R.I.P. LeVar Ball's foot, by the way.
Yeah, we heard.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
I would think the amount of in-home visits that Dion would have to take is minimal. He's going to see Travis Hunter.
He's a closer.
He's not going on 20. So I will tell you this. When I was pretty much going to go to Iowa.
Dang!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Now we'll tell you, it was based on some other stuff, right? But I was Nebraska. Chill out, Austin.
Tricky.
Chill out, Austin. Dang. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you the difference, though. I'm going to tell you the difference. I'm going to tell you. Now, I was leaning towards Iowa, but I went to Nebraska. Then I was leaning towards Nebraska, and it's all the time of the visits. But I still was really considering Iowa because they had a guy like Triplett. Jeff. I think Jeff Triplett. He was a really good recruiter. Me and Tim Dwight and stuff were on there. Hayden Fry, Iowa was not very good that year. They didn't make a bowl game. Hayden Fry didn't come to my house. Now, I think Iowa City is closer to Minneapolis than Nebraska. And then Coach Osborne came to my house a day or two before they were leaving to go to play Florida State in the bowl game.
Mm.
Sealed the deal?
Yeah, pretty much. And then he had my dad eating out of the palm of his hand.
Wow.
And also, I would tell you this: Ron Brown didn't back down to my dad though.
At all.
Ron Brown still got a little bit in him though, because I came home from basketball practice. My dad tried to debo Ron. Ron was like, "I ain't going nowhere. We won." I said, "Dang, okay, Coach Brown." But I still ain't stop blocking for you though. Hey, Strick, I ain't cut blocking for you, bro.
Right.
I know you got some heart, but we ain't that cool. Right,
Ron. That's why I would have been on the defensive side, Jay. I'm telling you that. You remember? They tell the truth, Jay. Tell the truth. Now you hear.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. They threw the ball that day I came to practice more than they threw in the whole season.
Austin.
Tell it, Jay.
Here's the funny thing. So rumor was Strick was supposed to be coming to practice, and remember you were supposed to come the week before.
Right.
I was like,
why didn't you, Strick?
I can't remember. This has been a long time.
I was like, this dude ain't coming. You hear about East Strick. You hear about East Strick, right? And I'm like, man, he ain't coming. What? I'm thinking like, he ain't coming from basketball to football. I knew Strick was a big dude, so he was supposed to come the week before. So I was like, he didn't come Tuesday. He didn't come like Wednesday. Missed the whole week. He ain't coming. He ain't coming. And remember, you missed the first day of the next week. I was like, oh, he still ain't coming, because they were like, oh, he coming this week. Kenny cheated when they was talking about it. Strick came out there. I said, dang, that's a big old wingback. Strick had Strick got them big old
fat shoulders.
He had big shoulders. He got big shoulders anyway. Had them big pads on. Man, when I tell you, when we did about 4 stations of 7-on-7.
Yeah.
An outside run in play action pass. Strick might have had 80 catches that day.
Telling you,
hey,
they threw the ball more than they threw in 2 years.
Yeah, hey, every quarterback got it in. Matt Turman, Freak T. Fraze. They was putting in new plays.
It was crazy.
Yeah, they were putting in new plays.
It was crazy.
Yo,
it still wasn't enough.
I was looking at T. Sam. He was like,
he'd been a rush in or like a Sam linebacker.
Yeah. That's what I would have been.
Yeah, you would have been blitzing off the edge.
But it was the wildest thing. Look, I didn't have no playbook.
Yeah,
they was just in the huddle
they was like, get open.
And Strick's like, okay.
Hey, he had 40 catches.
Yeah, it was crazy. And they was hitting me too. Now they was hitting me. They was hunting me.
Yeah, because at first he was getting loose. I was always like, oh no. We gotta start riding that tactic.
They started hitting me too.
But he was a big old dude out there. I was like, dang, he's throwing that much?
Right, Jay? No run play, no option. It was no option. No option.
Option pass.
Yeah.
He was getting little quick routes. He getting quick outs. He putting, they were trying to throw deep up the middle. Yeah, they were like, yeah, we're getting you out here for one practice.
You want to know what? Jay Foreman's going to do that same thing our next segment. Jay Foreman's walking right into shootout with Strick.
There we go.
Jay's on the hot seat. 4 questions for Jay. Strick is the lifeline.
All right,
4 questions for the caller. 402-464-5685. We got the Fire Away with Foreman.
Yeah, I like that.
The Fire Away with Foreman.
Yeah,
we'll
Fire
come
Away.
up with a name for it to wrap up hour 1 of On the Block.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now, 464-5685, to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick. Brought to you by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Except we're switching it up today. Stricky's he's on that load management plan right now.
Excellent.
He's on that load management plan.
And how many lifelines I got?
You got one.
All right.
You got one. That voice you just heard, Jay Foreman, will be in the hot seat. It'll be 4 questions for Jay, 4 questions for you, all for your chance to win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Need a contestant, 402-464-5685. Fun topic today. I tried to tailor it a little bit to Jay. A little bit. Not too much, not too over the top. I can tell you exactly what it is. But I think it's up Jay's alley. So you have a chance, though. So 402-464-5685. Let's go back to the text line here while we wait. Derek in the car says 16 is the best number, but if you're going to do 16 teams in the college football playoff, 10 guaranteed spots reserved for conference championship qualifiers. So both teams auto-qualify.
Mm-hmm.
Then you find 6 more wild cards.
Actually, he's wrong because that would be 8 because of the power 4.
Unless you give 2 group of 5 spots.
Negative.
Not happening?
Nope. You get 1 until proven otherwise. Boise State or bust. And then you might have 1.
Tulane?
No.
App State?
No. Not guaranteed group of 5 in there. That's a guaranteed W.
Yeah.
For the team that they're playing.
Well, yeah, but it's still the same breakdown, same percentage.
No, it ain't.
4 out of 10 is the same as
you need
1
to
out
have
of 5.
8,
2 out of 10 is the same as 4 out of 5.
and then have one. Then the highest ranked after that would be 10, and then you have the other 6.
So the last 2 are wild cards, or the last 2 is a group of 5?
What
is it? The last one's a group of 5, or the last 2?
He has it.
What if a group of 5? What if a group of 5 is like balling and they beat Notre Dame and Michigan, and they in the top 5, and another group of 5 is still down there? What happens?
Well, the other part of this is, what if the Pac-12 becomes a quote unquote autonomy conference again? There's your 5th conference.
Well, then you just take one. You take 1 from there, and then 1 from the group of 5. There's your 10.
No, it'd be one of the
Power
quote
5?
unquote Power 5 again. Yeah. Even though it's a bunch of mid-major teams right now, it has retained its autonomy status through this next year. So if they can get up to 8, they're back in power conference status.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Then you just only keep 1, and then 1 group of 5. Then you got your 10. Austin, I ain't coming off of that.
But then 6 wild cards still either way?
Yeah. Boise State is enough.
All right, let's go to the Honda of Lincoln hotline. We got Derek in the car. Derek, what's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well, guys. I love the discussion. This whole thing, it isn't really that complicated. You reconstitute the Pac-12 and load it up with 18 more teams. Now you have 5 conferences, each containing 20 teams, each having 4 divisions, and then you just do a true playoff within the divisions. And think about it. We play 9 games in conference right now. You could really almost replicate the same thing. You play your 4 in-division games, then you play 3 cross-division games. So you can build your record, you can build your strength of schedule that way. And remember, there's still room at the table for Jay. I agree. Maybe 1 more team that's not Power 5, but I think this is easy to do, and I think 16 teams is the way to go ultimately.
Derek, would you like to play the shootout with Strick while you're on the line?
Well, I suppose you guys, unless you got a better option, I'll give it a try.
You are the option. We need you. We're going to pause 10 quick seconds for station ID, and then we'll get to you here on the phone, Derek.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, Jay.
I'm
4
ready.
for you. You get Strick as a lifeline for one of them. Jay Foreman's round of the Fire Away with Foreman starts in 3, 2, and 1. He leads the Minnesota Vikings in career tackles. Chad Greenway or Harrison Smith?
Harrison Smith.
Yep, he leads the Chargers franchise in career tackles. Junior Seau or Eric Weddle?
Eric Weddle.
It's Seau. He leads the Los Angeles Rams in career tackles. James Laurinaitis or Roman Pfeiffer?
Oh, Laurinaitis.
It is Laurinaitis, and he leads the Chicago Bears in career tackles.
Oh, that got to be
Chicago Bears.
Lance Briggs.
The answer is not Lance Briggs.
Singletary?
Is it Urlacher?
It's Urlacher.
I knew it.
It's Urlacher.
You always should have said it.
You always go with your first gut.
Always go with your first.
And I never trust Urlacher because he was bald headed and he got that hair thing. But
Presidents.
Okay, that is a 2-point showing for Jay in his first time on the hot seat.
Man. Damn.
Derek, 2 to tie, 3 or more to win, and don't forget you have Eric Strickland as a lifeline. Sound good?
That sounds great.
Okay, your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. He leads the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in career tackles. Derek Brooks or Levante David?
Oh, Brooks.
It is Brooks. He leads the New England Patriots in career tackles. Devin McCourty or Teddy Bruschi?
Devin McCourty.
It's Bruschi. He leads the Dallas Cowboys in career tackles. DeMarcus Ware or Darren Woodson?
Darren Woodson.
Yep, and he leads the Baltimore Ravens in career tackles.
10, 9, 8,
Baltimore.
Ray Lewis.
7, 6.
What did he say?
Ray Lewis. He got it.
Did he say Ray Lewis?
He said Ray Lewis.
Man, that's the easy.
I told you. You don't be listening.
Man,
I gave you
don't be believing me. I told you Austin do that
Yeah,
all the time.
you gave him the softball, but that's all right though, man. Congrats. I'm gonna be back next week.
And that's true. Derek, you win. Congratulations.
Congrats,
Hold on
Derek.
the line. We'll get your information. Get your $30 to Wings and Rings.
All
Dang,
right,
I need
guys,
$30. I need to start winning.
You don't
You
get,
don't get it, man.
Because if you don't get it, we play the tiebreaker
Yeah.
question.
Oh, that's all right. All right.
We're going to play the
Somebody-
tiebreaker question here, just for fun, just for kicks
All right.
and gigs. Jay, we'll ask you the question. Strick, you'll go over, under, or push Jay's answer. How many tackles, Jay, did you record in your NFL career?
Whoa!
How many tackles did Jay Foreman record in his NFL career?
569.
Over, under, push, Stricky.
Over.
Under. 549.
Dang it!
I got 549 from Pro Football Reference.
I don't know
online.
if that was right.
I got 381 solo, 146 assisted, and 22 tackles for loss.
I don't know about that, man.
See, I gave you the benefit.
I had back-to-back 200 tackles. That's 400. Then I went
I'm just telling you what Pro
that's
Football
500.
Reference says.
That's why I said over.
Yeah, man. We got. Hey, we gotta go back and watch the tape.
Jay Foreman will head home and watch the tape. We got Thirsty Thursday, Kevin Meyer, right after this.
We gotta go to. Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Lincoln Family Chiropractic, they believe everyone deserves to live a pain-free and active life. Whether it's neck pain, shoulder pain, or lower back pain, Lincoln Family Chiropractic specializes in customized care for every patient to promote faster healing, allowing you to get back to an optimal life. Lincoln Family Chiropractic's team specializes in treatments such as dry needling, cupping therapy, and traditional adjustments. Give Lincoln Family Chiropractic a call today, 402-484-5166. Visit them online at lincolnfamilychiro.com or in person, 1 block south of 70th and 8th Street in Lincoln.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next big opportunity? Constructors is hiring. We're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. We offer competitive wages, great benefits, brand new service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for our shop and multiple field technicians. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at constructorslincoln.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Mulberry Barbecue now has a brand new second location to help all your lunch and dinner cravings. Stop by their newest location at 6125 Apples Way near Lowe's off of Highway 2. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burn-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Mulberry Barbecue open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway and now at 6125 Apples Way in South Lincoln.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Woo, my goodness. It's been a while since you had a pop like that.
That was legit. That was a good one. I'd give that a 9-2.
Ooh, back to back, like the Lakers. Without LeBron.
How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing good.
It's Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle, with us here during On the Block. Us, Norman, Eric Strickland are excited to partake in what Uncle Kevin Meyer has brought into the studio.
Yeah.
Need an update, Kevin? And we last talked to you. It was the night before Valentine's Day. How'd that go for you? Have a good Valentine's Day with the wife?
Indeed, we did. My wife went to Surf and Turf and got some prime center cut tenderloins, and I grilled those up, and those turned out perfect. We had some oven roasted potatoes, I think, and she made these stuffed strawberries that we had with some champagne, drank some good wine, listened to some good music, ate some good food. It was solid Valentine's at the Meyer house.
Glad to hear that.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a big fight coming up with one of our local own against one of the better fighters of all time in Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Yes,
Bud Crawford. What type of vino wine?
Ooh,
Strix pick would you? Now I know this is it. This is what we got today. But I'm saying, would this be the type that I would pull out for that type of fight, or would I pull out a little something more, like Argentinian or Spanish or Italiano?
This is Spanish, and
but it's written in Greek.
No, it's not.
The O's are.
Oh, well, yeah, I think it's just more the font. This is called Cabriola, and it's by a winery called Bodegas Borsao. And a cabriola is, have you ever seen when they do the horse dressage and the horses dance?
No.
It's pretty cool. Like there's a really pretty funny, famous video of Snoop's narrating this, and they're doing the dressage and the horses dancing.
Oh, wait, like from the Olympics?
Well, I think they have it in the Olympics, or just, I don't know, but he's like, dang, the horse is crip walking, cuz. and anyway, so that's what a cabriola is. And
is it crip walk?
Well, kind of. It's a dancing horse.
Aha.
And but
those are the ones that be tiptoeing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And so, but back to your question about what kind of wine you would drink, I would think that this fight is probably going to go 10 rounds. And so you're going to want something that you can sip low and slow. It's going to be a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay.
And but I'm super excited for this because I grew up in the days of Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, and of course Mike Tyson later on. And Saturday afternoons you'd have the wide world of sports, and they would have the biggest boxing matches ever.
Yeah.
And they didn't duck each other. They fought each other in their prime. And so this isn't going to be Mayweather Pacquiao when they're 42 years old, slugging it out. This is Bud and Canelo in their prime, and they're fighting at 165. So that would be Bud's 5th weight class.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And so, that even makes it crazier for them to be fighting at 165 because he first won the title at like 130, 132, something like that. So we're talking 30-pound difference.
Oof.
And so I'm super excited for that. I think a fight like this is going to save boxing. I think, and others are going to look at this and go, you know what? You don't need to duck your best competition until it's too late in your career. Fight them in your prime. You get a loss, but if it's close, it just screams for a rematch, which means more money. If you split it, you got the trilogy, more money. And so I'm super excited for that. This wine here.
Yeah, we're starting with the wine.
Yeah, there's a rationale behind that. But this is a new Spanish red to the shop. It is about 50% Grenache and about 30 to 40% of another grape called Mourvedre, except they call it Monastrell in Spain. And then there's a third grape which I hadn't heard of before, and I can't even remember what it was, but the thing I love about the Spanish reds, and the reason I brought this in, is that we're willing to spring into existence. And one of my favorite things to make when the weather starts warming up is grilled chicken fajitas. And so, you take your grill pan, which is basically like a big cookie sheet, but it's got holes in the bottom of it. You oil that up real good. You take your peppers. I like doing a red onion versus a yellow onion. You can do multiple green and red or yellow peppers. The red and the yellow ones are a little bit sweeter. Put up some jalapeno in there. I know Mexicans don't put mushrooms in their food, but sometimes I'll even dice up some mushrooms and put it in there. And then you'll have some seasoned chicken breast, and you just grill that. And then once it's all done, nice and brown, chop up that chicken, mix it all together, a little sour cream, and some tortillas, and a wine like this would be perfect with that.
Are we? I think are we missing Shiraz, Syrah?
Is that the second one, not the Mourvedre?
The three. Oh no, why did it do that for me? I just had it. I lost it. Let's see here. Cabriola wine grape blend. What I am seeing here is Garnacha.
Yep.
Syrah and Mazuelo.
Mazuelo was the one that I'm unfamiliar with, and I mistook the Syrah for the Mourvedre. But they're very similar grape types that they have that smoky spice.
Yes.
And Syrah especially has a depending on where it comes from. If it's French, it usually has more of a white pepper component. The domestic Syrah and the Australian Shiraz kind of have more of a black pepper component. But
what's the difference there? White, black pepper.
Well, it's two different kinds of peppercorns, and the white pepper has a little bit more dusty component to it, whereas the black pepper is got a little more heat, a little more spice. But either way, I mean, it's from the peppercorns, so it just creates something that's a little bit spicy, and that's one of my favorite meals to make when the weather starts warming up. So we're going to try to will that into existence. These are on the shelf, $12.99, and this is a great glass of wine for $12.99. I'm not kidding.
Let's figure this out, Stricky.
Pick.
It's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be
12 what?
$12.99, $13.
13 Stackolas.
While Strick is sipping, I like it. I like that you can get the spice, you can get the smoke, you can get the heat. But some of the other Spanish ones have had a little bit more of a kick. I like how this is a little more subtle with the heat.
Talk to him, Austin. Austin, you think you know how to be a connoisseur now?
No.
Of the good wine.
I will not pretend.
No, you know you're right. The smoky, but it's a subtlety to it. You know what I'm saying?
For those of you listening at home, I'm so proud right now. Yes. It's like, the prodigal son has come home.
Yeah, man. It is. It doesn't have that bite that, sometimes Spanish wines can have. It really doesn't.
It doesn't taste dry either.
Part of the reason is that this one actually has a little bit of age on it. I think it's it's a 2016, so it's already got 8 years worth of age on it, and so it's and the idea behind aging a red wine is that those tannins soften, they integrate more throughout the body of the wine instead of hitting you right up front as you take a sip, and it just adds more complexity, more elegance to the wine. So for a wine of this quality, this caliber, to be on the shelf for $12.99, I think is pretty unique.
Good stuff.
That's really good. Wow. Shout outs. Here's the thing, though. I still get Greek vibes, like just from the fonts. I know it's Spanish. I thought you were going to say you saw the Matt Damon Odyssey trailer come out. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm willing this movie into existence.
Oh, no. Although I am a big Matt Damon fan.
Best Matt Damon movie?
I would have to say
I'm a Born Identity fan, personally.
Yeah, I do like the Bourne series. What's
Benjamin Button?
No, that's not him. That's
Isn't
Brad
it?
Pitt. No, yeah, that was
it's
Brad Pitt.
Pity.
What's the one where he's the really smart?
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting, I think, would probably be my favorite.
It's not really a Matt Damon movie per se, but his role in Ocean's 11 is fantastic.
Agreed. I also liked him in The Martian. The Martian?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty legit too. So
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a good dude and a pretty solid actor and pretty intelligent. So, why not?
He was also in Interstellar, but The Martian is more the Matt Damon movie because Interstellar is the Matthew McConaughey movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
What is it? Is this a lager or is this a, what we got?
This is a lemonade radler made from our good friends here at Kincaid Brewing, but this is their German beer house, what they call the Maischaller. And I heard Cody Schmick on the Morning Take. They're doing their Bachfest this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd never heard of that, where they take like a hot poking iron and they dab it in your beer and it caramelizes the sugars. And it's a Bach thing. It's a German thing.
Okay, Bach.
Yeah.
We see you.
But this is a lemonade radler. So it's a lemonade and beer mixed together, light in alcohol. Again, willing spring into existence. This is a great golf beer, fishing beer, boat beer, something that you can, again, go a marathon, not a sprint with, because of the mix with the lemonade adds a little bit of sweetness.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we did it second, because if we were to drink this dry red wine after drinking a lemonade radler, it just wouldn't fly. But I like what they're doing over there, and it seems like they don't do anything halfway. If they're going to do it, they go all in. And they put in that rooftop bar. They're doing a comedy club in the basement, kind of a pop-up comedy club. And so I thought, let's give them some props, and also will spring into existence with a little lemon radler.
What do you think, it's Ricky?
Yeah, I actually like it. It's really smooth. I love the hint of lemon with a little bit of sweetness to it. It really does. When you say marathon, yeah, I can sense that. Throughout the day, you're just in a relaxation. You're chilling at the beach with your feet up under a cabana or something.
Yeah, you got a cooler full of
You know what I'm
these.
saying?
Yeah,
you can be there for a while.
Or you're playing 27 holes with the boys.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Are either of you Arnold Palmer drink fans?
Yes, I love me an Arnie Palmer.
Stricky?
I like Arnold Palmer.
I don't, but this is awesome. If you told me this was an Arnold Palmer, Like, I can miss me with the tea, but they pulled this off. I think they really pulled this off. You get a little lemon up front and a little on the back too. I like that.
Right. And it's not cloyingly sweet, just adds just a little bit, makes it super easy to drink. I think these are coming under 4%.
Really?
Yeah, 3.8.
You can tell.
Really?
So, and like I said, so we want the warmer weather. We want to be outside all day long. We want to, maybe be working in the yard, maybe a little Frisbee golf, regular golf, fishing, lake. That's what I'm thinking. And I think a beer like this would be perfect.
How often have you been Frisbee golfing?
I actually have a course at my house.
Really?
That's right. I remember you saying that now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's right.
Yeah. So I have 4 goals. And so what you do, you play the first 4, and then the 5th hole is over my driveway, and then you play it in reverse to get your 9 in. And so I don't play it as much as I'd like to, just simply for my wife doesn't really care. But I want to have like a guy's day, like a Frisbee golf tournament at the house. And someday I'm going to make that happen.
Well, pull these out.
Ain't hard to find.
All right.
Pull these out. No
you
doubt.
like playing?
I'm so bad at it. The one time I went Frisbee golfing with friends, the first time I went, I lost a Frisbee in the creek.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy when we Frisbee golf.
Wow.
Second round was with a
So
bachelor
he
party.
basically
It was better.
that was a shank.
That's what, yes.
He probably threw it
I
sideways.
yanked it too hard. I was trying to get some more velocity
Pause.
instead of some touch.
Yeah.
And I just
late release, you
just
yanked it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Yep, that happens. Well, the good news is my neighbor's a pretty cool guy, so if you throw it onto his property, we can go retrieve it, and he won't give us any slack.
That's awesome. Your second home is located at 13th and South Streets. That's where you can find the Cabriola. And remind us the name of this one again.
This is the Beer House Maischgaler, what they call the Owl, which is a lemonade radler. And you can make radler with lemonade. We've also done them with grapefruit. And just about any sort of essentially adding a juice to a beer makes it a radler.
Nice. 2 for 2 as always. Appreciate it, Kevin.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate you.
There it is.
We'll go to break. More on the block on the other side.
Download our app by searching for 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day wherever you are. More of On the Block next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mulberry Barbecue now has a brand new second location to help all your lunch and dinner cravings. Stop by their newest location at 6125 Apples Way near Lowe's off of Highway 2. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burn-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Mulberry Barbecue open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway, and now at 6125 Apples Way in South Lincoln.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen, Stein Stamina, and much more. Bach beer will be flowing, and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m., and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $5 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for this Saturday's Bachfest.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Welcome back in. This is On the Block. Austin Norman and Eric Strickland with you, brought to you as always by the fine people over at Nebco. They are now looking specifically for some mechanics for their constructors brand. All positions available, including laborers, bridge builders, operators, and drivers, but they are especially looking for some mechanics. You can join the constructors crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Laborers' wages start at $23 and up based on experience. You can visit nebcoinc.com. That's nebcoinc.com or constructorslincoln.com to learn more. 402-464-5685. Give us your final thoughts on Nebraska men's basketball and the loss to Penn State last night. Let's go to the text line here first, though, Strick. Money G in Kansas is coming at you here a little bit, Stricky. He says, come on, what do you mean wine and boxing? It's all about boxing and beer. Stricky's a classy guy. People don't understand. Stricky's all about sipping on a nice wine.
Man, I'm sipping on the Wiznai, the wine. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Why can't I sip on the wine and not the brew? Why?
I'm not saying you can't. The text line's hating.
Yeah,
They're
that's
good
not
at
even right, my boy.
Speaking of hating, lots to hate on from Nebraska men's basketball last night. Stricky tried to rewatch that game. Definitely didn't get all the way through it, but the first half was really all you needed to see. And it struck me just how soft Nebraska was against Penn State. Mentally, physically, all of the above. That was one of the softest performances that we've seen. And yes, it's February. You've been on the road for a couple games now. You didn't come back home. Yeah, whatever. I expected a better response from this veteran team. We talked about it last night on postgame. I still just can't shake the feeling that Nebraska learned the wrong lesson from Northwestern, where they allowed themselves to get down early. They didn't come out focused, didn't come out engaged. And then because they came back to win at Northwestern, thought, yeah, we're good. That's kind of how they played in the first half against Penn State, right? Not engaged, not locked in, loose with the ball, soft with the ball. And then Penn State, credit Penn State, Strick, they kept their foot on the gas. They didn't take that pressure off even when they got up a little bit. Penn State never allowed Nebraska to make a run to get back into it. And that's where, Nebraska falling so far behind in the first 8 minutes didn't give themselves a chance in the final 8 minutes like they did against Northwestern.
Yeah, again, we kind of mentioned it and talked about it here on the block a little bit earlier about how you can get a little bit overconfident in yourself with what you just did a few nights before, and you come in with complacent. You've got to look over that, and you've got to look at, okay, you got away with it because it's much harder. It's more work to do to come back on the latter half of a game than it is to do the work on the upfront part and then just maintain. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to do it up front instead of trying to hustle and grind, because you got to put in way more effort on stops, in which they didn't get.
No.
And when they did get the stop, they weren't able to secure the ball and got out hustled. That team was just as hungry as you. They have something to play for.
Well, played hungrier.
Yeah. So you've got to come out and bring your A game. You don't have the liberty of super athleticism and means by which you just feel you can just come out, play any kind of way, and then get back into a game. You just don't have that luxury.
It's not at all how it works, especially for Nebraska. And that's why I'm still surprised at the comeback. I mean, not like 20-point comebacks are common, but Strick, I saw a couple different moments where I thought the wheels were going to fall off for Nebraska against Northwestern, where they weren't going to get a stop. They weren't going to be able to hit a shot. Northwestern, broke a little bit of a Nebraska run. It's like, okay, here's reality setting back in. But part of that was Northwestern was down a couple of its best players. Nebraska picked up the energy, the intensity, and the focus. Nebraska just looked rattled from the start because of Penn State's length, athleticism, and speed, and that's not a great look for an upperclassman-led team who should know what they're getting into. A bunch of these guys were around last year against Penn State's pressure that got the Nittany Lions back in the game. Old Dad 34 on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line asks, do you guys think the men were just worn out? It looked like it to me. Sure, they're coming down the stretch of a long season, but so is everyone else.
Yeah.
So is everyone else, right? Yeah, Penn State is trying to get out of the bottom of the Big Ten and has quite a bit to play for. But guess what? Nebraska hasn't proven anything. Nebraska hasn't earned anything yet. You can't tell me Penn State should have been more motivated. They played more motivated.
Yeah.
There's still plenty left on the table for Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska, stayed on the road trip and didn't come back home. But guess what? They would have been more worn out by having to readjust their body clock, by coming back home and then jumping all the way out. I guess Northwestern is Central Time as well. But you know what I'm saying, right? Staying out that direction, the extra, day there in State College as well. Nebraska, yeah, everyone's tired at this point. It's a reason, it's a fact. But the other fact is that Penn State found a way to play through it. Nebraska didn't. And that's disappointing because this is now a stain on Nebraska's big picture resume.
It is. It's definitely a stain. It's something that you don't have that opportunity to get back. You have to go on the road and figure it out. Now you've put more pressure on themselves. It reminds me a lot of what Nebraska football was doing in the past. Just go and bank it. Like you have 4 or 5 opportunities to bank a bowl game, and then you just put more and more pressure upon yourself. You have 2 now home games. Now, instead of being able to come, just play relaxed, play loose, and you put pressure on yourself to have to do certain things now that you're coming back home. You have 2 out of your next 3 games. If you come short, I think on 1 or 2 of those games, you're done. Unless you make a deep run, I think you're going to have to put yourself in a pressure cooker to make a deep run in the Big Ten. Instead of opportunity lays before you, you've always struggled there. Why go out and get on the struggle bus again? Right. It wasn't like it was a full crowd. You're playing against a team that's trying to find themselves, have an identity. They're struggling themselves. And then you go out and lay an egg, literally just fall into the lap of a loss. So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
On the flip side of that, the Nebraska women took down Oregon 94-90 at home. Oregon starts the game out with a 10-0 lead. Nebraska ties it at 18 after the first quarter. Huskers led by 1 at the break, but they were down by 10 entering the fourth quarter. They gave up a 28-point third to the Ducks, but Nebraska responds with a 24-14 fourth quarter. And they win overtime by 4. Final score 94-90. The Ducks shoot 49%. The Husker women shoot 45%. They both made 34 shots. Nebraska took 6 more. Nebraska scorching hot from 3, 15 of 29 overall. Oregon was pretty good too at 12 of 27. Strick, Nebraska, the women turned the ball over 17 times and gave Oregon 17 points off of those turnovers. But here are the differentials. Huskers, the ladies forced 12 turnovers of their own and scored the same 17 points off of turnovers and dominate the offensive glass. 18 boards on the offensive end and 17 second chance points for Nebraska. Offense was easy to come by, but again, the Nebraska women made it a little hard on themselves. They didn't do their work early. They had to dig really deep in the fourth quarter, but they beat a team that's in a similar position to them in the Big Ten, very similar record-wise as well. This one doesn't move the needle a whole lot for the Nebraska women, but Strick, kind of importantly, they did it without Britt Prince, who was out with a little bit of an ankle twist, a little bit of an ankle injury from the Illinois game. Impressive stuff, I thought, from Nebraska to get a win without, it's probably its second best player this year.
Yeah. I mean, that's big for them, and they have to just continue to just be consistent. I think they've got pieces now. They're a team that, again, that's not super athletic themselves, but they're a team that play together as a group, and so they just have to continue to make sure that they do that both on the defensive side and on the offensive side. They got to execute. They got to be sound. They got to be fundamentally sound, and I think they've recruited for that way, that style of play. It just depends on if Nebraska fans, if Nebraska women's basketball fans are okay with that style, or they want to go to another level. So then they have to up their recruiting with more athleticism. You know what I'm saying? If they can find themselves their own, like Juju Watkins or someone like that, Keomi Miller or somebody, just a super talent with a skill set that's just unmatched. If they can find something like that. But it's tough. They're going to have to either figure out how to pay for it or get it if they want to go to another level. That's what they've got to decide. Where do they want to reside? Are they okay with where they at? And, for some, they might be okay.
The other big news in basketball as we head to the pros just came out today. The San Antonio Spurs are shutting down Victor Wembanyama. Deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. That's essentially a blood clot that's in a vein. So the Spurs will be without Victor Wembanyama for the remainder of their schedule. That'll be about 30 games or so. Right now, Stricky, the Spurs sit 12th place in the Western Conference. They're 2 games back of the Suns in the standings and about 3.5 games shy of the play-in. The Spurs not only lose their best player, but arguably a top 15 player in the league. Obviously, an emerging young talent in Victor Wembanyama. So now the question, Strick, just how far can the Spurs tank if they want to get a good pick? Do you want to see the Spurs try to remain competitive, or is it worth nudging De'Aaron Fox to get the thumb surgery that he says he needs? Let the young guys play and see how high of a draft pick you can get at this point.
Yeah, I would say get everybody happy, healthy at this point. You lose Wembanyama. He is a major contributor and a piece to any type of success that they're going to have. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're kind of drafted in the middle tier of everything. Just allow your young players to be thrown to the wolves and get better. Hone in some of their skills, so now your depth gets better there. Don't force Chris Paul or anybody, Fox or any of those guys to have to overdo themselves, and just grow and learn. Take your lumps and figure out a way to put yourself in a position to add another depth piece or another integral piece to that lineup to play with Wemby. So yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how the Spurs maneuver this because right now they sit with a record of 23-29. They're a game and a half better than the Trailblazers, who have played 3 more games than they have. And then there's a big drop-off. The Utah Jazz are 13-41 on the year. The New Orleans Pelicans have been maybe the most injured team in the NBA with a record of 13-42, so just a half game worse than the Jazz. But things get even worse when you look at the Eastern Conference, where you have the Toronto Raptors with a Fetty Wap record of 17-38, the New Orleans Hornets at 14-39, and doesn't seem like anyone's catching the Washington Wizards trick. 9-45 is the Wizards record, so the Spurs might
They're
not
drowning
be able,
in the pool.
That part. They added Chris Middleton, so that should do nothing for them.
Right, that part.
One of Chris Middleton's former teammates, though, Stricky, a little bit of other NBA news. Bobby Portis got suspended for 25 games. There's about 30 games left in the season, but Bobby Portis gets suspended because a former trainer of his mixed up a couple of pills and gave him the wrong one. He was supposed to take Toradol. They gave him Tramadol. And that just recently, just this year, got added to the NBA's banned substances list. A couple ER doctors have chimed in on Twitter as well. One of them says, Tramadol is the weakest painkiller we can prescribe. I often don't bother because the effects are so mild. If it's banned, it's banned, but it just shows how haphazard the NBA policies are, and compares that to Miles Bridges getting a 30-game suspension for breaking a woman's face.
Yeah, that's wild. Man. That's wild. To be honest, I listen. I would have much rather smoked some Snoop Dogg. I mean, shoot. At the end of the day, are you serious? Like, you're throwing me under the bus for some? My dad, who had hip surgery, takes that. The Tramadol. It's like, come on, man. Y'all doing the most right now. Y'all finding ways to do and add this type of a suspension on. Come on, man. I don't even know what to say about that, man. That's very similar. I don't know. I mean, I would take it to the Players Association and throw that out there and say, come on now, y'all. What? 20-some games? 25?
25.
That's crazy, bro. That's ludicrous to me. But I don't even have a clue of what the NBA is doing these days, to be honest. It's a wild assertion to say that they even have any idea at this point. That's wild.
I guess the part of the suspension comes from the fact that it's opioid based. But I don't know. I'm really trying to figure this out and why the NBA would do this. And here's the thing, Stricker, rule's a rule, right? It's on the banned substances list. You took it. It's he said, she said for, was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Whatever it was. Of course, Bobby Portis' agent comes out with a good statement saying he mistakenly took it, thinking it was Toradol, which is approved by the NBA and the player union and whatnot. So on the one hand, yeah, seems like it was an honest mistake. Bobby Portis has a decent record in the league, right? He's not a bad guy by any means, right? So you want to take his word for it.
Take that into account.
But I can also understand the NBA saying, sorry, it sucks, but it's a slippery slope. We let you off for this. What's the next?
It's done worse.
That's
the part. Done worse.
I don't know, man.
They've suspended for worse and they've let others off for worse. So, I mean, come on, man. All right. That, again, to me, maybe if you put your tinfoil hat on, this is setting something up for a team that's kind of on, you would need a Bobby Portis to be able to make a run in the Eastern Conference for
They're
anything.
fifth in the East right now, a game behind the Pacers.
So you just put him at a better. To me, with Luka going to LA, now you're probably looking at a means by which, if you're putting your tinfoil hat on, you're looking at a means by which to move Giannis to maybe somewhere else. You do stuff like this to put them at a disadvantage, so it continues to create frustration. So he wants to go somewhere else. I don't know. It's weird to me. Don't make sense.
He can come back for the end of the regular season in the playoffs. We'll see how that goes for him, dealing with a little bit of elbow inflammation over All-Star break. So unfortunate break for Bobby Portis and the Bucks. And of course, we wish the best for Victor Wembanyama and his recovery from this deep vein thrombosis. We'll go to break. One last segment here during On the Block to wrap things up.
Follow Austin Strick and On the Block on Twitter at Austin Orman, eStrick20, and On the Block 93.7. More of On the Block coming up.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last. Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solutions offers fleet services, as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2024 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mostly sunny skies, and it will be cold. We'll see an afternoon high of just 10. Tonight, mainly clear skies, continued cold temperatures, a low of minus 11. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and light winds, an afternoon high near 21. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Fear's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Fear's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Fear's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. When it comes to gift giving, it's all about the wow factor. And let me tell you, nothing wows quite like jewelry. Whether it's a delicate necklace or a statement ring, jewelry makes the right statement. So if you want to knock her socks off, or anything else for that matter, skip the generic gifts and go straight for the bling. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Now back to On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Back one final time here for the day during On the Block. Looking forward to a fun Friday show tomorrow. But as always, our final segment of the show is sponsored by Love Volleyball Omaha. Inaugural season underway. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national team players, and national champions with Love Volleyball Omaha. Their season runs through April, but get your single match tickets today for upcoming matches at lovboma.com. That's lovboma.com. Some breaking news in the world of the NFL. Dallas Cowboys have been in a little bit of turmoil, certainly their fair share of it. Zach Martin informs the Dallas Cowboys that he plans to retire. Seeing a lot of people quote tweet that post saying he's one of the best to ever do it. He will step away from the game of football at the age of 34. Stricky, how about this? Warren Sharp says Zach Martin had 6,655 or 59 pass protection snaps over his 11-year career and 0 accepted holding penalties in pass protection. That's insane.
A career.
What the heck?
Phenomenal career, man. You know, best wishes to him. He's done it at a high level and a high clip. I think, you know, he lost a lot of his brothers. And he feels maybe it's his time. It's time to move on.
Elsewhere in the NFL, when you talk about moving on, Chiefs president Mark Donovan has allegedly been pushing the team to move to Kansas. Stricky. That's both of Kansas City's teams with some stadium issues. The Royals want to move downtown, and apparently now the Chiefs want to move out of Arrowhead and move to the Kansas side of things instead of Missouri. That's a lot going on.
Man, that's wild.
Do we build too many new stadiums?
I think you do, and I think probably fans are getting fed up with having to bear the cost of a lot of it now. And I think that's where there's some frustrations there. You know what I mean? I think them going downtown would create a nightmare in Kansas City as far as traffic is concerned, but it could also be something good. But I just think that probably fans are frustrated at this point, man. They've had to bear the costs, carry the weight of a lot of this stuff going forward. So it could be some of that frustration.
I always find it interesting when it comes to stadium funding, because I still think the majority of it, Trick, should be done by the owners, right? They got to raise their own money. They got to get it built. Where I will back off of that a little bit is if it's not a single-use stadium. It's a multi-purpose sort of venue, and you're going to actually have public benefit. Otherwise, it's the owners double dipping, right? Taking tax money and tax credits, whatever it is, to pay for the stadium, and they get the ticket revenue and the merchandise revenue and the concessions revenue. That feels a little scummy to me. But if it is a legitimate public-private sort of partnership, right, where, yes, you'll have these main benefactors being the professional sports teams, and they get most of the benefit. But if it's open to the public, they can walk around, they can visit, public can hold events there, concerts, whatever it is. I think it's okay for the public to have to pay a little bit for it if it's multi-use. But if it's just for the purpose of one professional team and maybe just games and concerts, getting the public to pay for that, that's really scummy.
What say you? 402-464-5685. Again, even multi-use. If you're getting the benefit and that doesn't come back to the city, I mean, you think Jerry Jones is paying, allowing all of those things that come in there and through there, is that going to the city of Arlington?
Got it.
So even if it is public, is it really public? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At the end of the day, so you're still paying for it. I mean, they got tremendous incentives to go over to Arlington. Cool, that's good, but to what extent are the fans having to bear the cost of that? How are the Chicago Bulls? I mean, how are the Chicago fans? How are they feeling about having to fund new Soldier Stadium? Yeah, it's probably needed and it's probably necessary, but I think there's some frustration starting to be there.
Yeah. What's coming up on WTF tonight, partner?
Yeah, man. Definitely, we're gonna have OG perspective. We're gonna talk a little bit about the NBA and where's the frustration? Where's the has the game and like things like LeBron James sitting out for the All-Star game? Like, what does that do? What's that difference as far as the old school guys who understood that commonality between the fans and the new school people that just really don't give up?
There you go. That'll be WTF coming up from 6 to 7 here on The Ticket. But until then, Jay and I will tide you over with Old School. Don't go anywhere. This has been On the Block. Old School comes your way momentarily.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mostly sunny skies, and it will be cold. We'll see an acting high of just 10. Tonight, mainly